Do you ever feel like the harder you try to make something happen, the further away it gets? Hi, I'm Emily, and welcome to my channel. I'm still in the process of learning how to stop forcing an outcome or chasing and instead attracting. So, for me, this looks like I was always trying to force an outcome with either, relationships, work, my dreams, or anything else. And so then it was just like I was always trying to grasp at something and try to control something around it and force that outcome, that instead it would feel like it was like pushing farther and farther away. Like if you go chase after somebody, like a relationship or even like someone you want to meet for that could help you with your dreams, like the more you chase after them, the more they push away. And have you ever felt like that? I mean, it's crazy because then it's like you're not understanding why you just can't get what you want. And you're like, but I'm chasing after them, I'm doing the hard work, I'm being disciplined and committed and persistent, and it's like it's actually doing the complete opposite. Like I would actually feel more stuck, defeated, depressed, and upset, and feeling like I'm working so hard to try to get something or achieve something, that in fact, like I end up feeling more down or upset or just like frustrated, angry because I'm not achieving that specific thing, because I'm literally trying to force it instead of allowing my magnetic energy to attract it. So why forcing doesn't work for at least me is because I'm trying to make something happen, and it's coming from a place of lack or a place of fear. So therefore, like instead of attracting it through like my inner being and my energy, I'm actually repelling it, and it's causing resistance to even allow that to happen. Or I end up like attracting the wrong things or wrong people or wrong opportunities for me. So this comes from like an inner child, when you're forcing an outcome, it's from like inner wounds. So it's like you either have like a controlling parent or a controlling upbringing where it's like now you feel like you need to like control things because that's known or that's safe for you or secure. And so like instead, like all this controlling or forcing an outcome ends up repelling what you want or what you want to attract. And it just like it doesn't feel like you're okay, or you don't feel like you're okay, or it's just like this weird thing over your head where it's like you're not being able to like sit with yourself and be with yourself. Like for example, when it comes to relationships, like in a relationship, when you're trying to like and you want somebody, the more you chase after somebody, the more it actually repels them, and the more that they don't want to be with you because of the energy you're bringing like desperate energy or needy energy, and that's not like an attractive feature. So it's just like the more tightly you hold on to things, the more you will not achieve them, or the more that they will feel more separate from you. So this also goes into like manifestation or the law of attraction or energy transfer and flow. So it's like your energy flows where your attention goes. So, but when it's like filled with desperation or stress or needing for something to happen, then it blocks your ability to receive. And then therefore you will not become as abundant as you want, or you won't achieve what you want. What letting go really means is just allowing yourself to be in the moment, like release the attachment of something. So it's like you're not being tied to the when, the why, the how, but it's like you're trusting the process and allowing things to happen instead of going, oh, it's got to go this certain way. Because guess what? Sometimes what you want, things will not go the way that you want. And trust me, this has been very, very tough for me because I am someone who likes to control the outcome or force an outcome on things. And for example, like recently I tried to, I wouldn't say force, but I was like, hey, can we work on a song together and collaborate on a style like this? And it specifically said like this style and this thing without even asking if they're even willing or open to even working with me. Instead, I just threw it out there, and then I noticed that like it caused a lot of like not necessarily rejection, but it didn't create for an attraction for each other or an open-minded conversation, because I had already like told them what I want to do, if that makes sense. And like if I'm working on like a song with someone, I was like, oh hey, we need to collab, instead of allowing it to be more free and open. So like when you're letting go of something, it makes like space and creates space for other people, to come up with creative ideas. It allows your creativity to go up, and it like allows things to come into your life that without you even really knowing or thinking about it, because you're not sitting there trying to force it to go a certain way, because things will happen the way they're supposed to happen. And trust me, this is extremely hard for me, because I'm like, well, but I got to figure out how it's going to go, or like I want to get here, so like what are the steps and why and how. So it's like I have such an analytical mind that I'm constantly trying to overthink things and be like, oh, it's got to go a certain way and blah blah blah. And most of the time it doesn't even go the way that I thought it should go. So it's just like allowing yourself to trust, sit in your body, and I'll go over some processes here in a minute. Here are 5 steps to stop chasing and forcing an outcome. Number 1 is shift your focus from outcome to process. So just take the steps forward each day and focus on the process, not the outcome. Because if you're stuck in like forcing the outcome or obsessing over the results and the outcome, then you're just not gonna be living in the now and the moment, and therefore you could miss like some possibilities or opportunities that are laid out for you from the universe or whoever else can help you. Number 2 is practice mindfulness and trust. So it's like it's creating that like almost like an everyday practice of like mindfulness or meditation, or something that you can work on your mindset, your inner process, and just remember that it doesn't have to look a certain way. And meditation will help keep you grounded and more clear on like what needs to be happening. And then it will also help you actually like let go of the actual how it's supposed to look, because it's not always gonna look the way you think. And it's like it's trusting what's meant for you is meant for you, because what you're out to accomplish, something big, will, if it is meant for you, it will happen. Number 3 is release control. So this is, for me, a lot harder for me, because I like to have control. But it's like recognizing what you can control and what you can't control. Like you can control your actions, your emotions, your reactions, but you cannot control others' reactions or actions. And only the universe can actually help you with that. So it's like you can't force that on the universe as well, or it will not be given to you. Number 4 is affirmations and positive reframing. So this could look like your inner dialogue saying like, I need this to happen, I have to have this happen, to I trust that things will go the way that it needs to go, or I want something specific, instead of like it being like a need or a have to or in order to. It's just like it's allowing almost faith, like just believing that it will happen. And I know this is tough, but I know that I struggle with this, because I'm like, I have to talk things out with myself or write in my journal and be like, oh, this is so frustrating, I want this to happen now. But I have to remember that if it is meant for me in the future, but I just have to take action steps towards it without creating like enforcing that actual outcome. Number 5 is allowing space for rest and flow. So when you start wanting to force an outcome, or you start feeling overwhelmed, like take a step back and like give yourself a moment and maybe rest, or give yourself a day to rest, or just take a break, because then your body's telling you like you're just trying to over force things, and then you're just gonna get in this cycle or a panic or something like that. So it's like this is good for like meditation or gratitude journaling or journaling in general, just to get this out of your head. but it's allowing your body to rest and sit back and like get into your heart and your body and like get out of your head. So this could be prayer, this could be exercise, this could be anything that can get you into like your flow, but it's also like allowing yourself to take time off, or give yourself some self-care time, or just stop having to do things like day after day after day. Like give yourself a break, because you will burn out if you continue to go that way. I know I've done that, and I've gotten sick a lot because of it, because I've burnt myself out. And it's like when you stop gripping so tightly, you create like creativity, love, success, and you just have more room to flow, but also creativity comes to you when you allow for that. For me personally, I find that when I start getting really panicky, overwhelmed, like in my head a lot, I find that like I'm just literally forcing an outcome, or trying to chase after something that like is just being repelled from me, because I'm not attracting it, and I'm not being magnetic, because I'm so in my head, and dealing, and like my inner child comes out, and it's like being very needy and wanting like attention. And sometimes it's like I need a validation, but like the validation doesn't actually help. It's just a temporary fix. So it's just like I have to start noticing myself, is like when I start veering off and like realizing that I'm like trying to force something to happen, because I want my singing career to happen so much, but it's like I need to let things happen, and I need to learn about myself, and deal with my inner child, and like what she needs, so that like I can actually attract things, opportunities, people towards me, instead of trying to force it. Just remember, the universe is always working behind the scenes, so trust the process. Let go of the need to force or control things, and watch how life slowly starts working in your favor. But just take these steps every day. Work on affirmations, mindset, meditation, all these things. Even go for a walk in nature, exercise. Just work on yourself continually, and then you will see that like when you're not trying to force something, things will actually attract towards you. Sometimes when we step back and surrender, we realize that things we were chasing start flowing towards us effortlessly. But this is a process, and it's just to work on ourselves every day. I know I'm working on my own stuff, but it's just learning to just surrender to life and the process, and being okay with how things go, and how slow they go, or how fast they go. Sometimes we want things to go faster, so we try to force an outcome, but sometimes you need to sit back, because you're learning something. You're supposed to be learning something along the way. One thing I've noticed for me in my music career is like, because I'm always trying to force my music career to go faster, because I want it to go faster, obviously, because it's like I'm always like, well gosh, like how long is it gonna take, or how much more effort do I got to put in, and I'm still committed and I want this to happen. I'll actually catch myself going, all right, so this person, it took them like 7 to 10 years to get there, so maybe it'll take that long for me. And so it's like I'm constantly like trying to judge like how long it will take me to do something or get somewhere. And I'm like, everyone's processes are different, and it's trusting the process, which is so hard for me, and just allowing things to happen the way they're supposed to. Because I have noticed a lot this year, me trusting the process, or not forcing an outcome, or just being very focused on my priorities. I'm noticing that like I'm learning a lot of things about myself, or I'm becoming more aware of the patterns I'm in, or I am noticing like just a lot of things I'm learning about myself. And so it's like I know I need to go through that in order to be ready for the next step in my life. And so it's just like I know that, but there's so many moments where I'm like, I just want it to go faster. And so it's just like I notice that, and I'm aware of that. And so sometimes I'll just have to go take a walk in nature, or go meditate, or go exercise, just get out of my head, go do a dance class, do something fun, celebrate a win that I have done. Just be grateful for everything that I do have or I have done already. And it's just like it's constantly working on myself and just allowing things to happen and be patient, which is another thing that's extremely hard for me. Just be patient, as it is a virtue. And it's like it's something that, things are not going to go as fast as we like it to go. And it's just being okay and trusting that process and having faith. If this message resonated with you, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences of letting go and trusting the process. Another thing that I've learned is the moment you fully embrace and accept yourself fully, the more you will attract and be magnetic. So love yourself, trust yourself, and embrace your full self, your weirdness, your quirkiness, whatever, because I am all of those things. It's just learning to accept your body and yourself and your mind and how you are, even if you are reactive or dramatic or whatever. It's just like a loving and embracing yourself fully.